Welcome! Today we're going to introduce you to my Beechcraft Debonair. It's a beautiful 1961 model. So Beechcraft initially brought out the V-tail Bonanzas and then decided to compete against Piper and Cessna with a cheap version which they brought out as the Debonair that came out with a T-tail. Didn't have all the trimmings and the bells and whistles that you'll find in a V-tail, but by the time my model came out and subsequent, they had already improved the quality quite significantly, and there's not much difference you'll see between a V-tail and a Debonair. I bought Charlie Whiskey Oscar 2.5 years ago in 2018. Basically for business travel and a little bit of leisure, and at 140 knots indicated most of the time, she gets around quite nicely, and she's got good endurance at just over 6 hours. I have my Beechcraft Debonair based at Dragon Peaks. The airfield is 700 meters, 4,000 feet elevation, and is 0624 directions. It's a single approach airfield, so you take off from the 06 away from the mountains and land in on 24 towards the mountains. I took these shots waiting for an Air Force helicopter to depart, and you'll see in the 06 direction heading out. At 700 meters, I am quite limited on my load that I can take off with out of the airfield. So generally I find full fuel and myself and one other person with luggage is quite acceptable. For flights with 3 or 4 people aboard, then I usually reposition to the El Mirador airfield, which is quite close by, and gives me the extra length that I need. I rotate at about 60 knots, climb out at 70, and as soon as I'm up, wheels up and climbing out, reduce the RPM from 2,700 to about 2,600 continuous for the climb. At this stage I'm usually getting about 800 to 1,000 foot per minute. Typical cruise altitude with the Debonair is between about 7 to 10,000 feet. For longer legs I might even climb up to about 13, and that then gives me a fuel burn of approximately 40 to 45 litres an hour. Being a single approach airfield with hills and mountains all around, approaches are extremely critical. There's very little scope for a go around. Approaches are normally set at 75 knots, and as I go over the fence, reducing down to 70 and touching down at about 65 knots. She normally uses about 400 odd meters of runway to stop, with not too much braking actually. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Until then, safe flying.